I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. So today is a new day for Hot Toys announcing us a new figure, and this is going to be the Batman Dark Knight Returns Battle Damage version. So it looks like the original one did do pretty well and they decided to make a second version with it. I mean, it's a pretty smart decision due to the fact that there's a lot of pieces on this figure and the original one we will see at the end of the video who are pretty much similar. So without further ado, let's have a look at what Hot Toys has announced. So the comic book came out 40 years ago, a bit around 40 years ago, so it was very popular back in the days. I remember buying it. I don't remember much of the story because I only read it once, and that was a long, long time ago. So yeah, a lot of water has passed under the bridge. But again, Hot Toys showing us that they really can do something very nice when they put themselves to it. And of course, it's another Batman. I know what you're going to say. Iron Man, Superman, and Batman are some of the best-selling figures for Hot Toys, so why not continue? So of course you can see the battle damage, there's some good weathering, there is some tears on the outfit. Now this is a big question that I would be kind of worried about, is how good you would be able to pose the figure and how would you be able to move him around due to the fact that he has these patches over here and it's teared on the uniform. So this could be a bit of a problem going forward with it, but we will have to see. But I like the fact of using plastic over here and not using any fake leather. That's something who's pretty nice and highly appreciated. Over here we have some more of him being battle damaged. Of course, the other suit is black and gray. This one is blue and gray. So yeah, a little bit different, but mostly you're getting exactly the same figure than the original one. I mean, like I said, it's smart. You have a body, you have a head sculpt that you can be using. You have a wire cape also. Of course, this is a bit different, but everything who's molded in plastic, you paid for the mold, so why not use it? And that's a pretty smart move on the behalf of Hot Toys. So some more posing with Batman. Of course, we do have the wired cape, who is something who is really fantastic and gives you a lot of possibility of movement and also to be able to display the figure in a more dynamic way than just having something hanging there and getting in the way. So some more, we have the Batwangs over here that he's showing. So yeah, you can see different head expressions. If you, like I said, we see at the end, there's going to be 3 different head sculpts that you can put. If you can call them head sculpts, mouthpieces would be the most accurate about it. So again, we're getting mostly a cut and paste of what we got before. So of course he has his grappling hook, and of course he has again the rifle with the scope. So again, the same one, and the base is basically the same. The only thing that changes is the logo over here. One's got some blood on it and the other one doesn't. So yeah, again, great reuse of parts. So really looking into that. As you can see, this seems to be also, like I said, it does stretch out. So this is something I'm really worried about, how it's going to be aging, these tears on this kind of material. I don't know how good they're going to last. So it's contrary to the one that they released, he comes with a head sculpt, and I must say the head sculpt looks really amazing. The fact that you have a Batman who's based off a comic book means you can just recreate the comic book look, and it's a lot easier than to get the likeness of a real actor. But I mean, yeah, it's very mind-blowing. I like the battle damage also on his face, some blood, some scratches. Yeah, the figure looks really, really good, and yeah, you can see the details, the spray paint, the way it's done. It's really a great figure. So here we have him from in front. He looks groomed. Yeah, this is a bit of a shame that we didn't get a head sculpt with the former one, and I must say that I'm pretty impressed because normally head sculpts are what cost the most to make, and the difference between this Batman and the other Batman Batman, spoiler ahead, is only $30. This one is $285 at Sideshow, and the other one was $255. So $30 for an extra head sculpt and a neck. Well, yeah, works pretty good, and I think this is something that a lot of people are going to be very happy about. Now, will there be a possibility to interchange with the previous version? That's something that has to be seen in the future, but that could be something of interesting. Now, of course, we're coming back to the separate rolling eyeballs. Now, not the biggest fan of it, and I'm curious to see how it's done, because the problem is when you have to remove the neck, there's no magnet to attach. There's high chances that the ball behind may touch the eyes, so when you're putting the figure back in place, you're going to have the eyes moving around, who's something that I think is needs to be rethinked a bit over. It's a nice little add-on, but it's very complicated if you have big fingers to try to manipulate and try to get it right. I'm personally find it not that great. I prefer the other products where you could move the eyeballs, where there was like a little bar inside, and to move it, and that they were not separate, because let's be honest, except if you have a issue, you don't have one eye in the basket and the other one in the tree. It's a French expression. So both eyes should be moving, and not one should be looking left, the other one right. So yeah, but again, the head sculpt is bluffing. So of course, this is what I was talking about, the faceplates. You have three lower parts of the face interchangeable. This is a big common knowledge and news by Hot Toys with Captain America and other figures, and this works pretty well because it gives you the possibility to really build up and give different versions of your figures. I'm going to be reviewing Cat Bane, and Cat Bane also has this kind of face that can be pulled off, and this gives you many possibilities. So yeah, this is really great. So of course, we are going to have a look at more of the battle damage over here. This one doesn't look to be directly on the skin. This looks like some tissue underneath, but this one here would be hard to say, but it looks like it could be the flesh on top, so it would be kind of curious to see. This doesn't look like maybe flesh underneath. This looks more like a cut and something underneath. So I guess we have to wait to see when the final product comes out and we get the pictures from the bloggers, and then we can understand a bit better how it is. Again, this is a prototype, and you know, Hot Toys is always about 1 year later for a figure if there is no delays. Of course, I was talking about the wiring cape. This is kind of basic, and any kind of cape that Hot Toys is going to do will have the wiring in it. So now we come up to a tease that we didn't get, and as you can see, we have the Superman over here. So is this something that's going to happen? It'd be kind of curious, and I'm wondering if the line works well and we get Superman. Will we get Robin? Because he's also part about it. He does have a bit of a special look, not kind of the greatest, and we know that Robin is not the character that sells that much, even if he is a bit of an important sidekick to Batman. So this is what I was telling you about. This is the other one that costs $255, and as you can see, you basically get exactly the same figure. So again, it's a great reuse of everything that you get on this figure. Then the only thing you need to do is move it and do this figure over here. And like I said, it would be kind of curious to see if the heads are interchangeable, because that would be a nice little feature, especially for the people who want this figure. So yeah, really digging the looks of it. Now the question is, will I purchase it or not? And the answer is no. As much as the figure looks beautiful, the way it feels, everything about it is something that you should say, oh wow, that is something I want to buy. But no, I read, like I said, read the book years ago, and didn't leave me an impressionable thing. Of course, I was a lot younger and did have certain stories about the time period we were living in back in the days, but again, it's not what I'm interested in, and I already have a load of Batmans, and again, The place. I'm going to be I'm already one out of place, and I have to do some changes to be able to build up what I want to do. But for me, I will not be picking it up, even if this figure is really beautiful. So let me know, are you going to pick it up? Are you interested in this Batman? Did you pre-order the previous one? Are you excited about it? Do you believe Hot Toys is going to go forward and give us the other figures? I mean, if they're coming out with this one and the other one is waitlist, must mean that there's a lot of demand, who's a bit surprising for a comic book that was published 40 years ago. Anyway, that's going to be it for my thoughts about Batman The Dark Knight Returns Battle Damage version. If you like this kind of videos, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions, you can also leave them in the comment section. If you want to go and check out some more content, I have other videos, or you can go to my Facebook page, Instagram page. Links are in the description, and you can go and check out all the stuff over there. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!